Hello everyone, this is going to be the first of many videos to come where I'll just be talking about something random that I feel like with some Minecraft in the background, so you can just ignore that. That's just for the background for those of you who need something to watch while listening to me talk. And yeah, I'm just going to talk about like the whole reason that I started this series and everything else with like Instagram and just what's been going on this year in general. So pretty much I had the idea to start this challenge when I started watching Landon Levine, which most people have seen, where he documented every day of his senior year of high school. But I also noticed that he was graduating soon, so I thought that maybe I could try doing what he's doing. And I also didn't have I didn't have Instagram or any social media at the time, so I wanted to start like posting to like sort of like get my name out of there, if that makes sense, because I didn't have any like digital footprint or anything, like if that makes sense, because I didn't have Snapchat, I didn't have Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, or anything. I just had YouTube and I had no videos posted on it. So I thought it would be good to just start posting things. And I didn't really have like any other ideas. Like I was thinking of posting just relatable content where it's just like a 1 second reel with like something relatable that you can just read, which I was thinking about doing, but then it like wouldn't really be about me. It'd just be about like whatever I typed. So I thought that just posting stuff about like the day in the life of a high school student would be somewhat entertaining, and it could be like easily relatable for everyone that watches it. So I started doing that, and I started getting like a lot of positive feedback. I didn't want to tell anyone at first because I didn't think that people would necessarily like it, or I thought people would possibly like make fun of me because it's kind of like I thought it would be kind of corny, but I guess I mean most people have liked it and they've told me about like good things about it, so I just didn't really care. I just like let other people, like I synced my contacts like after the third day because I saw people were noticing it, because I did tell like some of my close friends, and I guess they may have told some of their friends or whatever, or people just saw that they were following me. So like after the 3 days I saw that I was just gaining a bunch of followers, so I was like, just screw it, I'm just gonna sync my contacts so people can know like I'm on Instagram now. So after that I just started posting more, and I started just getting more followers, which I didn't get that many, and I'm at like 400 right now, so I'm not like famous or anything, but I definitely gained more than I thought I would, because I thought it would be like really hard to start at first. But after I did start doing it, it just it didn't really blow up, but I like some of the videos did much better than I thought they would, because on YouTube the algorithm must be different, because I wasn't getting that many views at the start, but for Instagram, like my first ever reel, like 3,000 views like just instantly. And then like I think one of my most recent reels, day 32 I think, had almost 5,000 views at this point now. And yeah, I've just been getting like a lot of followers on there. And during school, like obviously I was like somewhat well known just for doing things like taking like, a bunch of advanced classes and being on like 3 sports teams. But now like a bunch of people have been like starting asking me about the challenge, and it's like kind of cool to see that like even though like last year I was still like somewhat well known, but this year I'm more well known, probably because of like being online like and on social media. And I think that's like really cool. And a lot of people have been asking me to like for me like feature them in my reels, and I always do it because I think it's really cool to like see that like I'm meeting like new people just from doing this. Something else that like I've been noticing is people are asking me like, oh, why don't I follow them back? And that's just because it's not like I don't like them or anything, like but like pretty much I don't say everybody I follow, but well, not everybody I follow. Like a lot of people that follow me I know, and some people have told me like, why don't you just follow them back? Like just like you already know them, like why not just give them a follow back? And it's just because I followed a bunch of people on the first day, or maybe it was like the first 3 days. I think I followed like 20 people or whatever. I think I'm at 19. Yeah, I followed 19 people in the first 3 days, and since then I just haven't followed anybody. So because I don't want to follow people and then other people like start begging me back for follows, because people have done that. I remember like whenever I ran for homecoming, like I gave one person a shout out because they drew me a picture, and then like like in the comments, even though it was about like, oh, I'll eat like whatever the top comment says, like a bunch of other people are just begging for shouts, like, oh, can I get a shout out too? I've been loyal since day one or whatever. So I just like I don't want to follow people like now and then have a bunch of other people ask like be followed back, because then otherwise I'm gonna follow like 200 people, and I don't really think there's any point in doing that. Like the 19 that I follow now are like whatever. I mean, I know all of them really well. I've known most of them for a long time. And I think it's just fine to keep it how it is. And it's just like nostalgic to like see like the first 19 followers or whatever. It wasn't the first 19, but it was like 19 of the first like 80, I think, or something like that. Oh yeah, and something else I want to talk about. Mr. Westjay just started. Well, it didn't start, but like the people that got nominated for it. And I didn't run for this because I didn't really care that much about it. But I also got nominated for it today, and I wasn't thinking of doing it that much because I know that like last year there were like not as many people that were interested in doing it, so there were less people that competed, and it was like like the crowd wasn't empty, but less people like showed up to the event, so it wasn't like that hyped up. But this year, like I think, like I'm gonna do it because I got nominated. But I also saw some of the other people that got nominated, and I think it's actually gonna be like kind of close this year with like all the people that got it. Because I know me, like I know I got it. I know E-Man got it. He's really popular, just like not only in soccer but just like within school. I think in my grade, like I know he didn't win homecoming, but I think he's definitely like, if like I don't think he's the most popular, but he's definitely like up there in like the top 5 or so. Speaking of like being popular, talking about homecoming, because I ran for homecoming a while ago, and I remember like I ran for it, and a lot of people were voting for me, and like I know that some people thought I was gonna win, which I knew in the back of my head, like I was like, there's just no way I'm gonna win this because Jack Keenan's running, and he had Berkeley, and he had E-Man that were both like supporting him, which like no hate to those two for supporting him. I don't blame them. Like they've probably known him for like longer, and obviously he definitely asked them. So like no hate towards that. Like congrats to Jack for winning. I definitely voted for him like after phase 2. But yeah, just making phase 2, like I like even though I didn't actually make the homecoming court, like just making phase 2 is really cool for me because I've never seen myself as like a popular person until this. And after I got that, I just thought that like, wow, like if you would have told me like in 6th grade that this would have happened, like I would be so surprised because I just thought it was like really good to see that like my name is becoming more popular. Because I remember last year I didn't get it, even though I didn't run for it because I didn't have like social media or anything. I didn't get it, even though I didn't run, which obviously I didn't really care that much at the time because I was a freshman in high school and I just didn't like I knew everybody, but I hardly knew anyone well like at all, and it didn't help that like a lot of my classes was with like a bunch of older kids. So it was like whatever last year. But this year I knew I had a chance, especially with social media, and like I wasn't blowing up, like I was getting like more people to follow me. Like I think I had like 250 followers at the time, which is pretty good. And yeah, like my reels are getting thousands of views. And I remember like whenever I posted the reel, like I instantly called one of my friends because I was just like, oh my gosh, like 20 people are commenting, asking for shout outs. Like I think people are gonna vote for me, especially with like the food challenge. So like I thought I was gonna win. Or I didn't think I was gonna win, but I thought I'd make homecoming court. I was like a little bit disappointed when I saw I didn't, but I also knew that it was a win for me that I even made it as far as I did because I know that some people didn't. And like obviously last year, like this was my first year ever doing it. So I think that next year I definitely have a chance, especially if Jack doesn't run again. I definitely think I can get it unless E-Man runs, which I mean if he runs, like it'll be very hard for me because he just knows more people in our grade level. But yeah, I think that was really cool. And also speaking about other just like high school experiences that I'm starting to do this year, like obviously I went to my first homecoming dance, or not just first homecoming dance, but just my first like any school dance, which like at the start of 6th grade, like I knew I wanted to go to at least one of them, but I didn't really know that many people, so I just didn't go throughout middle school. And I was like really shy in middle school, so I just didn't like I had friends, but I didn't have that many because it was just really hard for me back then. And yeah, now that I just know more people, like I found a group that I went with that I really liked, and I just went with them to homecoming, and I just met up with a bunch of people there. And even though like I went with one group, I still talked to like a bunch of people. Like I definitely talked to at least like 100 people when I was there because I didn't really dance that much. I mostly just hung out with friends, and yeah, it was just like a fun experience. I'm glad that I went, and I definitely want to go back next year. Something else I want to talk about just throughout high school life is the classes I'm taking right now. I'll just go through them one by one. Zoology for first block. That's like a good class kind of because like, you learn about animals, but it's also kind of annoying sometimes with like the random tests I have in there. I know that in my reels I don't talk about like the exact stuff I do in my classes, so I think now would be like a good time to do that. But yeah, it's pretty much just the biology, but only like of animals and not really humans. So we're learning about like the invertebrates right now, so animals that like don't have a backbone. And I mean we just learn about like traits of each one that they have. It's not that exciting, but it's still like kind of cool, and it honors like science class. That's good. In second block, library science, I've been told that this is like a nerdy science class or whatever, but it is not a hard class. In fact, it's very easy. It's honestly a joke because it's just like all we do is make the Wildcat news, and that's pretty much it. We just have like a bunch of fun. And in third block, like this is definitely my hardest class. It's AP physics, and yeah, this class is very hard. Like I know during the weekends I'll spend like 4 hours sometimes just doing homework because I don't want to do it during the week, and it's just less stressful if I can like get the assignments done early. But it's not terribly hard. Like it's not impossible. It's just a lot of math, which I'm not like that bad at because it's just algebra. It's just like it's not anything hard. It's not like calculus, so I don't have to learn anything new. But it's still kind of annoying with like the stuff I have to do for it because it's not like the math that's hard. Just the concept of like the physics, and then like, once you know the physics, the math becomes easy. And then in fourth block, I have forensics, and that class it's not a hard class by any means, but it's very annoying with like the presentations that we have because we have to present after each crime scene. And it's just like, and these presentations are 60% of our grade. Like we only have 2 of them, and those 2 are like 60% of our grade. So if you mess up one of them, it's like really bad. But yeah, and that's pretty much just what's been going on this one. It's just like an intro to like the rest of the series. So I hope you enjoy this, and yeah, tell me what else you want me to talk about, because I have a lot of more topics I want to talk about. But this one was just mostly like an introduction and just like what I've been doing, like what's the motivation for the challenge, and just other stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And yeah, just tell me what you think, or comment like what other videos that you want me to make.